Well, I've had a couple of assignments cancel on me today, and I was going to go out and do a YouTube video that I've been planning for a while on 4x5, but the wind is absolutely crazy today. There was a tornado in central Alberta yesterday. The wind now is just raging. I think if I set my 4x5 camera up, it might take off and blow away and land in Saskatchewan. So I can't go outside today and do my 4x5 YouTube video. So I was thinking what I could do. Hear that banging? That banging is the wind. Something's banging against the house. And it's also my birthday. And somebody asked me how I felt. So I was thinking about that. How do I feel? I feel good, but I think now with the 4x5, I'm going to take a photograph that shows you how I feel, or my general disposition on a day like today when things start out bad. But it's a lovely blue sky day, so I'm not down in the dumps or anything. But I'm going to do a 4x5 photograph of my wife's flowers, who it was her birthday a couple weeks ago. So let's see what we can get, and maybe I will show you how I feel. All right, I have my setup done. Now I'm not just arbitrarily taking pictures of flowers because I have nothing to do today and I want to make a YouTube video. I'm actually going to be photographing a still life series on my 4x5, and I'm going to be testing a few films today. So today's a perfect day to do it, and I always like to, especially with film and large format, I always like to test things before I actually just get to the studio and start doing things. I'm going to shoot a couple digital pictures only so I can show you guys a few little metering things. Now, you notice I have a flag here, and what that flag does is take some of the light off the backdrop. If I don't have that flag here, you will get the backdrop that will be nice and light, which I'll take a picture of right now and I'll show you. So you can see here, this is a picture without the flag, and then this is a picture with the flag. So the flag takes away some of the light off the backdrop so that it's not so bright. I'm gonna shoot 100 ISO here, and I'm gonna show you 3 different metering settings. Now, to my right here, we have the big window that's letting in all this nice soft light. It's not direct, the sun is not out. So it's nice soft light that's happening right now. And basically, you can do 3 meter readings, and it'll give you 3 dramatically different looks. So if I meter from the shady side, so I'm going to shoot at 100 ISO. Let's do 1/8 of a second so we get a lot of depth of field. Actually, we're going to have to do lower than that. Let's do 1 second so we get a lot of depth of field. So if I meter to the shady side here, my exposure goes down to 1 second at f5.6. So if I take a picture at 1 second at f5.6, the side with the light is going to be much brighter, and then the shadow area, you're going to see all the details. So let's take a picture at that and see what we get here. So you can see it's nice, bright, and airy. Now, if I point the meter directly to the camera and half the light is coming on the flowers here, I now get an exposure time of 1 second at f11.5. So let's try that and see the difference. So you can see here, it starts to go a lot darker. That background starts to go a lot richer, nice and dark, and the flowers and the colors start to really pop. Now we're going to do one last meter reading, and I'm going to do it directly at my light source, and that gives me 1 second at 16.5. So you can see here now, it is lit just from this side, and the shadows go dramatically darker and becomes a much more moody photograph. So exactly the same light, but just by varying the exposure and where you meter, you will get different results. So I'm going to try that now with some Tri-X on 4x5, and let me see what we can get out of that. As you saw, I shot a bunch of other photos with my Hasselblad, and I tried out my Pentax 105 macro lens on it. But I am now going to shoot a couple of sheets of 4x5 on this, and I want to see, just with my lighting setup, how this is going to work. This would be a great test for some of the work that I have coming up here. So that's my test, or that's how I spent the morning of my birthday. Doing a test on 4x5 and on the Hasselblad, but this project that I'm going to be working on is going to be kind of interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun to photograph on 4x5. It's always great to test these things out first before you just start taking photographs. And it kind of spurs on some other ideas that you can have as well when you do this. So I hope you like those photographs. I will see you next time. Cheers.